Archangel Michael says, "This is not something to take lightly, for what is approaching your home is not just a message, it is a painful truth, a deep and unexpected revelation that will shake your soul." Someone who once hurt you deeply, someone you trusted, someone who smiled in your presence but caused you to suffer in silence, is about to be revealed in a way that will leave you speechless. You won't be able to ignore what is coming, for it has been written in the heavens and sent forth by God's own hand to help you heal and rise above everything that once broke your heart into pieces. Type 1212 if you believe God is guiding you. I am sent to guide you through this moment, not with fear, but with the light and love of our Father in heaven, who has never stopped watching over you, even in the times you felt forgotten or alone. Heaven has witnessed every tear you've cried, every word you held back, and every night you lay in silence wondering why pain was chosen for you. But I want you to understand now that what once felt like punishment was truly preparation. And this message arriving at your door carries more than pain, it carries purpose, and it carries a promise. There is a holy uncovering that has been waiting to happen. For too long, the one who wounded your soul remained hidden behind kindness that was not sincere. They wore a mask and said things to win your trust, all while doing things that tore your spirit apart behind closed doors. You questioned your own worth, you doubted your own heart, and yet, you still held on to your faith, hoping that one day God would bring clarity, even if it took years to arrive. That day is now. Like this video and subscribe to this channel if you thank God for every new day. God is sending this truth not to destroy you but to free you. You need to be free. You have carried too many burdens that weren't yours. You have apologized when you were the one hurt. You have silenced your spirit to keep peace with people who only wanted control. You have loved people who gave you their worst. And yet, you survived it all. This message isn't just about what is being revealed. It is about what you are about to receive. Because as soon as the truth rises to the surface, healing will pour out like a river. And in the place where betrayal once lived, peace will take root and never leave again. The chains of silence are breaking. The guilt you never deserved is being lifted. And the voice that you once kept quiet will begin to rise with strength you forgot you had. What if a simple 7-minute sound frequency could awaken a forgotten brain signal designed to pull wealth toward you like a magnet? Backed by shocking CIA files and neuroscience, this discovery is now changing lives everywhere. Think of debts melting away, promotions arriving, and abundance flowing freely. This is the one moment that can rewrite your future, but only if you claim it now, because hesitation will only keep you chained to the same struggles. Click the link in video description and comments below to experience the hidden wealth wave and let your financial destiny shift in your favor today. You have not been forgotten by God. You are not invisible to heaven. The pain you've buried is now being honored. The suffering you endured is now being turned into something sacred. This is not just a turning point. It is the beginning of divine justice. What was taken from you in secret will be restored in the light. And no one will be able to deny that God had His hands on you all along. Type 999 if you trust Jesus with all your heart. There are people in your life who will be shaken by this revelation, not because it hurts them, but because it humbles them. They will see what you've been holding together all this time. They will realize the weight you've been carrying in silence. And some of them, who never supported you before, will finally understand what grace looks like when it survives a storm. You are the living proof of what faith can endure and what love can overcome. Do not be afraid when this message reaches you. Do not run from the discomfort. It is not here to ruin you, it is here to reveal the truth and rebuild you in a way that is unshakable. You will not have to fight this battle alone. You never have. God is walking every step with you. Jesus is surrounding you with protection, and I, Archangel Michael, have been commanded to stand beside you as your shield. My dear child, this is not the time to look away, for the closing words carry a promise written in heaven. The next 20 minutes are filled with grace, and if you stay, you will feel the gentle release of blessings flowing into your spirit. Wait until the very end, for the treasure is almost here. You are not the same as you were before. You have grown through the struggle. You have found hope in the darkness. You have discovered strength in your own tears. And now, as this truth arrives at your home, you will be given a chance to finally breathe freely, to feel safe in your own soul, and to start again without the weight of someone else's wrongs. What is meant for you will never be delayed any longer. You will rise, not because others finally see your worth, but because God already declared it. You are not broken. You are being restored. You are not lost. You are being found. You are not weak. You are being filled with divine strength that cannot be shaken by the hurt of another person. There is more ahead for you. So much more than you've even dared to hope for. There are new beginnings, quiet joys, and peaceful mornings waiting just beyond this revelation. And once the dust settles, you will look back and realize that everything that tried to break you actually led you here, to a moment of divine clarity, guided by the hands of heaven, and wrapped in the comfort of God's endless love. Let your heart remain open, even when it trembles. The truth is coming. The healing is coming. The blessing is coming. And so is the peace that you've been waiting for all along. The revelation that is stepping into your life is not random. It has been timed perfectly by God, crafted in divine stillness, and carried gently into your space so that nothing can remain hidden any longer. You were never meant to carry confusion, never meant to wonder if what hurt you was your fault, and never meant to accept silence as your only form of peace. Heaven is not punishing you. Heaven is preparing you. This painful unveiling is coming to show you the truth, not so that you fall apart, but so that everything that has kept your spirit small can be pulled away, piece by piece. You are not standing in the middle of loss, you are standing at the edge of release. What is leaving you is not being taken from you, it is being removed so that something better, purer, and holier can enter. Type 1010 to affirm that God's timing is perfect. The person who caused you pain, the one you trusted, the one who spoke softly but moved with cruelty, is about to be seen in their true light. Not by vengeance, not by wrath, but by the hand of truth. And once the light of truth begins to shine, no shadow can remain, no lie can continue, and no mask can stay on. God is not allowing your soul to remain confused. This is the hour where peace begins to rise because clarity is finally arriving. For so long, your soul whispered prayers you didn't even know were being heard. You cried in the middle of the night and wiped your tears before sunrise, pretending everything was okay just so others wouldn't worry. You have held yourself together in the presence of people who had no idea how much strength that took. But heaven saw it all. And God's heart moved every single time you broke quietly behind closed doors. Now, this is the moment you are being protected, not just from what hurt you, but from ever doubting your worth again. The arrival of this truth is going to surprise you. It may shake your emotions. It may bring memories you thought were buried. But it will also remind you that God is just. That Jesus stands beside the broken-hearted. That nothing hidden in darkness will ever have more power than what God brings into the light. I am here, not only to defend you but to walk beside you as this truth unfolds. You don't need to fear who this revelation exposes. You don't need to feel ashamed of the trust you gave. You loved with sincerity. You forgave more times than anyone knew. You tried to protect people who didn't always protect you. And still, you remained kind, even when kindness was never returned. But this is where everything shifts. God is stepping in now, not to ask your permission, but to fulfill His promise. His promise was that no weapon formed against you would prosper. And even if the weapon was a lie, or silence, or betrayal, it will not destroy the goodness that is within you. God is your shield now. His truth is your covering. And His love is going to pour into every part of your heart that once felt bruised by confusion. I need you to breathe through this. I need you to stay grounded in what is real and not be shaken by what is being removed. This removal is not punishment. It is divine rescue. And what follows this truth is not loss, it is holy recovery. You are not about to lose your way. You are about to find yourself again. You have a life ahead of you that will no longer be built on unstable ground. The relationships coming will not carry secret motives. The peace you are walking into will not require you to suffer in silence. The home God is preparing in your spirit will feel like rest, not resistance. And your smile, the one that used to hide pain, will soon be genuine again. What if the missing piece to financial success wasn't luck, but a hidden frequency inside your brain waiting to be switched on? Once activated, this ancient signal unleashes waves of prosperity, opening doors to opportunities you never thought possible. From sudden windfalls to long-awaited breakthroughs, it's transforming lives daily. Want to see how? Click the link in the video description and comments below to tap into the money magnet brain wave and begin your journey today. Others are already awakening this hidden signal and watching their lives transform. Do not be the one left behind while abundance passes you by. What is being revealed is not the end, it is the beginning. The person who caused this hurt may have walked away from responsibility, but God never walked away from you. What was spoken against you will fall to the ground. What was done behind your back will now be overturned. You don't need to seek revenge. You don't need to prove anything. God is proving it for you. Jesus is standing in your defense. And the angels are surrounding you with strength you didn't even know you still had. Type 1111 if you believe heaven is listening. From this moment forward, you will begin to feel lighter. It may not happen all at once, but something will begin to break open inside you. The tightness in your chest will start to soften. The heaviness in your spirit will begin to lift. And you'll begin to feel what you've been longing for all along, peace. A kind of peace that comes from knowing that the truth has finally arrived, and you are no longer living under the shadow of someone else's actions. You are protected. You are chosen. You are seen. And most of all, you are being lifted from this valley of silence into a new day of clarity. Stay close to God, and allow Him to do what only He can do. He is working in ways you cannot yet see. But soon, very soon, everything that felt confusing will make sense, and every part of your soul will understand why it had to happen this way. The ache in your chest, the weight you held so quietly, the moments where you smiled for others while your heart was breaking inside, all of it has been seen by God. And now, He is moving. Not with noise. Not with chaos. But with the kind of power that does not need to shout to be felt. He is sending truth into your life like a gentle but unstoppable flood, clearing out every trace of deception that tried to live inside your peace. You've been faithful, even when you had reasons to give up. You've stayed soft-hearted when life gave you reasons to grow cold. You've kept showing up, kept hoping, kept praying, even when it felt like your voice was too quiet to be heard by the heavens. But your voice was never lost. Your tears were never ignored. And your faith, your fragile, beautiful, honest faith, has touched the heart of God in a way that is now turning everything in your favor. There is someone who betrayed that faith. Someone who received your trust and held it carelessly. They didn't understand the depth of your soul. They didn't honor the quiet strength it took for you to love them, to forgive them, to include them. And still, they moved with selfishness, as if your heart could take any weight they decided to place on it. But the time for confusion is over. The time for silent suffering is over. The time for holding things in just to keep peace for others has passed. Now, God is stepping in. This revelation that is coming, this unexpected unveiling, is not meant to make you fall apart. It is meant to set you free. Because you deserve to be free. You deserve to walk into your next season without dragging the wounds of this one behind you. You deserve to breathe without holding in the weight of things left unsaid. And you deserve to know, deep in your bones, that what happened to you was not your fault. God is not exposing this truth to punish the other person. He's doing it because it is finally time to give you peace. And peace cannot live where lies are still present. The peace God wants to give you requires truth. Not just truth about what happened, but truth about who you are. You are not weak for being hurt. You are not foolish for loving. You are not broken because someone else chose to be careless with your spirit. You are brave. You are full of light. And you are growing into someone so rooted in heaven that no human betrayal can undo what God is building inside you. Type 1212 if you know God is guiding your steps. There is something coming into your life now that will feel different. It won't feel like the past. It won't carry hidden pain. It won't make you question your own worth every day. What's coming will feel soft, honest, and healing. But first, you must walk through this final stretch of revelation. And I promise you, though it may feel heavy at first, it is going to leave your soul lighter than it has ever been. You have cried enough tears over people who never deserved your sorrow. You have made enough excuses for those who didn't show up for you. You have waited long enough for closure. But God is not interested in giving you closure. He is giving you freedom. There is a difference. Closure still ties you to the past. Freedom opens the door to your future. The one who hurt you may not even realize how deeply their actions wounded you. They may pretend everything is fine, or worse, act like your pain is exaggerated. But that doesn't matter anymore. Because the truth is coming, not for them, but for you. It is coming to clear the path ahead. It is coming to take the blindfold off your heart. And it is coming so that you no longer have to guess who is for you and who is against you. You are not being asked to fight for this truth. Heaven is already doing that. You don't need to chase answers or force anyone to admit what they did. The truth will rise on its own, and it will speak clearly. What has been in the dark will be shown in the light. And what has been weighing you down will be lifted, never to return again. Let yourself feel what you need to feel as this unfolds. Do not suppress your emotions. Do not pretend to be unaffected. God is not asking you to be strong right now. He is asking you to be open. To let Him hold your heart while the old wounds rise to the surface so they can be healed once and for all. You have come so far. You have endured so much. And now, Heaven is honoring your journey with a fresh start. This is your moment of release. The kind that changes the atmosphere around you. The kind that lets you sleep at night without replaying the past. The kind that lets you walk forward without needing an apology from the one who hurt you. God is not finished with you. He is just beginning. And what comes next is more beautiful than anything you thought you lost. The healing has started. And you, beloved child of heaven, are safe. You are stepping into a new hour, one not built on survival, but on restoration. The painful revelation arriving at your home is not a storm meant to destroy you, but a soft light breaking through everything that kept you in confusion, allowing you to finally see what your soul has known all along. For a long time, you tried to give the benefit of the doubt. You tried to see the best in someone who gave you reasons not to. You offered kindness, forgiveness, and patience, over and over again, even when it left you feeling hollow and overlooked. But now, God is showing you that your love was never the problem. The issue was never your softness, your compassion, or your willingness to believe in goodness. The issue was that someone did not value what was sacred within you, and God cannot allow that to continue. What if you discovered a tiny, walnut-sized brain region holds the secret to endless wealth and success? Recently uncovered by groundbreaking research and once buried in classified files, this frequency is now available to anyone ready to listen. Imagine replacing worry and struggle with a life of financial ease and freedom. Interested? Click the link in video description and comments below to unleash this hidden brain wave and start attracting wealth right now. You have been guided to this message for a reason, and if you turn away, the chance may not return. This is your time to step in. This unveiling is painful only because your heart is tender. But it is also necessary. Because every layer of pain, every memory that will come up in this moment, is being surfaced to be healed, not to haunt you. You are not being forced to relive what happened. You are being gently led to see it clearly, so that it no longer lives in the shadows of your mind. truth is not always loud. Sometimes, it comes as a whisper in your spirit, a quiet confirmation that you were right to feel what you felt all along. Type 1313 to affirm strength through the Lord. You are no longer at the mercy of someone else's version of reality. God is placing your feet on solid ground. He is letting you rise with eyes wide open and a heart no longer willing to accept what once made you shrink. The person who hurt you may never apologize. They may not even fully understand the weight of what they did. But this moment is not about them anymore. This is about you, your peace, your growth, and your healing. Your life is not ending. It is being redefined. The space in your heart that was once filled with confusion and waiting is now being cleared to hold truth and peace. You do not need to carry guilt for trusting someone who misused your love. Your trust was a gift. Your presence was a blessing. And just because they could not see it doesn't mean it was any less holy. Heaven is realigning your path. You may feel discomfort now, but that is only because the truth touches places inside you that were never meant to be numb. Let yourself feel it. Let the tears fall if they need to. You are not falling apart, you are unfolding into someone stronger, someone clearer, someone no longer afraid to see things as they are. The one who caused the hurt may be exposed in ways that shock you. It might come through words you didn't expect to hear, or actions that finally reveal what was going on all along. But don't let this revelation harden your heart. Let it cleanse you. Let it make room for gentler love, for new peace, for people who will never make you question your value again. You are not alone in this. I am walking beside you, protecting your heart, holding back the spiritual weight that tried to keep you down. Jesus is in your corner, and God is already ahead of you, clearing the road so you can walk freely. There are blessings waiting on the other side of this moment that are far more powerful than anything you're losing. This pain is not pointless. It is the ground from which new life will grow. This exposure is not punishment. It is preparation. And though it may not feel like it now, you will look back and realize this was the day everything changed for the better. The day you stopped hiding your wounds. The day you stopped blaming yourself. The day you stood still long enough for God to step in and say, "Enough." Now let me show you what peace truly feels like. Type Amen if you believe God is watching over you, and share this video with 5 faithful hearts to bring blessings and miracles to your life. You will begin to notice small shifts, light returning to your eyes, strength rising in your voice, joy returning to your mornings. It may come slowly, but it will come. The heaviness will loosen. The memories will lose their power. And what once made you cry will no longer hold control over your heart. Be gentle with yourself as this truth settles in. You are allowed to feel grief. You are allowed to feel tired. But just know that on the other side of this grief is renewal. And it is not far off. You are closer now than ever. Every tear you cried was watering the ground for this new beginning. And now, the first signs of life are beginning to bloom. Type 1414 if you believe in divine protection. You are not meant to carry this alone. You never were. Heaven is surrounding you, shielding you, loving you, and lifting you higher than the place where the pain began. What is being removed is no longer part of your story. What is being revealed is God's way of saying, you deserve better. And I will give it to you. What you are walking through now is not a breakdown, it is a breakthrough. It may feel like things are falling apart, but in truth, they are falling into divine order. God is untangling what has held you in silence, and this revelation is the doorway to your next chapter, a chapter built not on broken trust, but on holy clarity. You've done everything you could to keep the peace. You've bent and stretched and swallowed your pain, hoping that one day the one who hurt you would change, or at the very least understand. You tried to make sense of the hurt. You prayed for healing. You even blamed yourself. But no more. God is stepping into your life with an authority that ends confusion. No more wondering. No more waiting. No more hiding your feelings just to keep someone else comfortable. This moment may sting, yes. It may bring up tears, memories, regrets, but don't let any of that make you feel ashamed. God is not shaming you. God is freeing you. And in this freedom, you will start to understand how deeply loved you've always been. The painful parts of your story do not define you. The betrayal does not label you. The silence you lived in is not your final chapter. The one who caused this pain may never say the words your heart wanted to hear. But that's okay now. Because the healing God is bringing doesn't depend on anyone else's admission. It doesn't need their apology. It doesn't need their validation. Your healing begins the moment you stop looking backward and start trusting what God is placing in front of you. And what He is placing in front of you is beautiful. Peace that isn't built on pretending. Relationships where your heart feels safe. Days where you no longer walk on emotional eggshells. Nights where your mind is quiet. Mornings where you wake up with hope instead of heaviness. These things are not far. They are close, closer than you realize. Because the moment this revelation enters your life, it will begin to loosen every chain that kept you tied to what was not meant for you. You will no longer question your worth. The lies they spoke over you will lose their grip. The guilt that wasn't yours will fall away. And for the first time in a long time, you will feel what it's like to breathe fully again, not just physically, but spiritually, emotionally, and deeply within your soul. I know it's not easy. I know you're tired. I know this message feels like it came at a time when you were already trying to hold it all together. But please hear me, this is not your breaking. This is your turning. You are turning toward healing. Toward peace. Toward the person you were always meant to become, stronger, softer, wiser, and more rooted in the presence of God than ever before. Type 1515 to receive peace in your soul today. There is power in this pain, not because pain is good, but because God is greater. And when God places His hand on your wounds, they don't just close, they transform. What once was a scar will become a story of survival. What once was a secret will become your source of strength. And what once broke you will now build you. Do not rush this moment. Let it settle in your heart. Let the truth sink in slowly. You are not being punished. You are being protected. And every uncomfortable emotion that rises now is just evidence that the truth is doing its holy work within you. Let it rise. Let it move. Let it leave you lighter than it found you. God is not asking you to have all the answers right now. He's not asking you to fix what someone else broke. He is simply asking you to let Him carry what you can't carry anymore. And if you do, you will feel the weight begin to lift. You will sense peace returning like a breeze on a still day. You will begin to feel your heart soften, not with weakness, but with relief. This is not the end. It's the doorway. And I promise you, what's on the other side of this doorway will make every moment of confusion worth it. Because you are about to understand what it truly means to be seen by God. Not just for your pain, but for your beauty, your strength, your resilience, and your deep, quiet faith that never gave up, even when no one saw the battles you were fighting. It may look like something is breaking, but truly, something is being healed. You've reached a place in your journey where God can no longer allow you to carry burdens that were never yours to hold. This revelation that is approaching your life, the one that might shake your emotions or even leave you still for a moment, is not here to harm you. It is here to lift you. It is here to remove every hidden weight that has lived quietly behind your smile. There are moments in your past that you buried deep, moments where you stayed silent when your heart wanted to scream, moments when you forgave even though it cost you everything. And now, heaven is gently returning to those very moments, not to reopen wounds, but to give them light, truth, and the kind of closure that human words could never offer. What has been hidden will no longer remain in the dark. The one who hurt you will not be able to hide behind their charm, their excuses, or their silence. Not because you are seeking revenge, but because truth is justice in the hands of God. What if I told you financial freedom is not about working harder, but activating a dormant brain signal designed to draw abundance directly to you? Neuroscience proves this sound wave unlocks prosperity faster than any method known before. From unexpected cash to life-changing success, it's already helping thousands. Imagine looking back tomorrow wishing you had acted today. Do not let regret replace the miracle that is calling you right now. Click the link in the video description and comments below to turn on the ancient money wave and create the life you've always dreamed of today. This truth will not just come to your ears, it will reach your soul. It will arrive like a soft wind at first, a moment of recognition, an inner knowing that the lie you carried wasn't yours to begin with. And when it does, you will begin to feel something strange but holy. You will feel relief. You will feel your spirit stretch and rise as if it had been waiting for this freedom all along. You will no longer be confused about who you are. The betrayal you faced will not write your identity. The disappointment will not cloud your future. The fear will not linger in your body like it once did. This is the hour of release. This is the hour where God is taking every moment of your story that was tangled in secrecy and rewriting it with grace, with truth, and with divine restoration. Type Amen if you surrender fully to God's will. You are not broken. You are not foolish for trusting. You are not weak for caring. You are someone who gave deeply, loved honestly, forgave bravely, and endured quietly. And now, you are someone being lifted. The people who never truly saw you are not your future. The one who hurt you does not define your destiny. And the time you spent holding it all together is not wasted, because every second of your suffering has now become the soil where healing will grow. God does not forget the quiet cries of His children. He does not overlook the weary heart that keeps showing up, day after day, even when no one notices. And right now, He is reaching into your story not to remind you of the pain, but to redeem every part of it. The truth is going to surprise you. Not just because it confirms what you felt in your spirit all along, but because it will also begin a domino of blessings. With the truth comes healing. With healing comes peace. And with peace comes space, space for new love, new hope, new beginnings that are not laced with the residue of the past. You are going to feel different. Slowly, gently, but deeply. You'll wake up one morning and feel less burdened. You'll walk into a room and no longer shrink to make others feel comfortable. You'll begin to laugh without second-guessing your joy. And eventually, you'll look in the mirror and see not just the survivor, but the reborn version of yourself, the one who made it through the fire and came out softer, purer, and closer to God than ever before. This is not a punishment. This is God saying, I love you too much to let you live in the shadows one more day. You are being called into the light. You are being rescued from what was never built to hold your spirit. And though this journey may feel fragile at times, you are safe. You are guided. You are protected. I am here with you. Jesus walks beside you. And the heavens are pouring out comfort even as this message unfolds. You are not walking through this alone. You never have. Even in the moments where you felt invisible, heaven was gathering every tear and turning them into seeds of healing that are now blooming inside you. What once haunted you will soon become a memory that no longer holds power. What once confused you will become a lesson soaked in divine wisdom. And what once broke your heart will now make space for a deeper love to rise. You are not the same person you were before. You have grown through pain. You have endured with grace. And now, you are ready to rise. This is not the end of the road. This is the gentle beginning of a new one. The one that God created for you from the beginning of time. The one where you walk not with fear, but with peace in your spirit and heaven at your side. You are no longer tied to the person who hurt you. The bond that kept you hoping they'd change, the inner tug that kept you from walking away completely, that bond is dissolving now. Not because you've stopped caring, but because God is helping you care for yourself first. He is replacing the ache of abandonment with the peace of acceptance. He is replacing the confusion with clarity, the longing with love, the heaviness with rest. Type 1717 to affirm your life is in God's hands. Let the revelation come. Let it show you what you couldn't see before. The person who caused you pain did not define your spirit. They did not take away your light. They may have tried to dim it, to distract you from your worth, but they did not succeed. Because here you are, still standing. And not only standing, but finally being seen, not just by others, but by yourself. You are beginning to see your own worth again. You are starting to believe that maybe, just maybe, you are more than the heartbreak you survived. The revelation is here, not to shame or expose in a cruel way, but to set things right within your soul. What you believed in your quiet moments is now being confirmed. The feeling you had in your gut, the dreams that tried to speak to you, the signs you ignored because you wanted to believe in something good, God is bringing it all to the surface now. Not to punish you, but to heal you. Not to scare you, but to help you finally let go of what never truly belonged. What if everything you've been chasing, wealth, freedom, success, could be drawn to you automatically, simply by unlocking a secret brain wave hidden inside you? Once classified by intelligence agencies, this discovery is now available to the public, and it's changing lives instantly. Picture yourself debt-free, stress-free, and thriving. The window is open, but not forever, and every second you wait is wealth slipping from your hands, so grasp it now. Click the link in video description and comments below to awaken this money magnet frequency and watch abundance flow into your life today. You've carried the burden of wondering if you were too sensitive, too trusting, too kind. But the truth is, you were exactly who God made you to be. It was never a weakness to love. It was never a fault to hope. And it was never a mistake to give your heart, even when it ended in pain. Because now, through all of that, you are becoming someone who understands love on a deeper level, someone who knows how to give it, but also how to protect it. The person who wounded you may have forgotten your tears, but God didn't. Heaven recorded every ache. And now, those tears are turning into oil, an anointing on your life that cannot be undone. Every hidden pain is becoming a tool for your future purpose. Every closed door is making way for something divine and destined. There will come a moment soon where you feel it, the shift, the peace, the lightness. It may begin subtly, like the silence after a long cry. But it will grow. You'll feel yourself thinking differently. You'll stop rehearsing old conversations in your mind. You'll start dreaming again, not just about escaping, but about building something new, something soft and safe and real. You will meet people who see you for who you are, not for what you can do for them, not for how much you can tolerate, but for the beauty in your heart. And you will no longer apologize for being too much or too soft. You will no longer beg for crumbs of love from people who didn't know how to handle your fullness. Because you'll know, finally and fully, that the love you give deserves to be returned with the same honesty and depth. This is where you rise. Not in defiance, not in anger, but in calm knowing. You don't need to shout to prove your worth. You don't need to convince anyone that you were mistreated. The truth is speaking for you now. The revelation has arrived, and everything that once confused you is becoming clear. I am with you through it all. Not one step of this journey is unseen. As you walk through this shedding of old pain, know that Jesus holds your heart close. You are not being thrown into the fire, you are being refined by it. You are not being left behind, you are being moved ahead, to a place where only peace is allowed to dwell. Type 1818 to claim miracles and breakthroughs. So rest now. Let go of the need to explain, to fix, to make it make sense. God already knows. Heaven already understands. You don't need permission to feel your grief. And you don't need anyone's approval to begin again. Every silent ache, every word you never spoke, every piece of your spirit that was torn by betrayal is now being held in the hands of heaven. What you feel rising now isn't just emotion. It's release. It's the long-awaited breaking of chains that were never meant to stay wrapped around your heart. For so long, You've lived as if love required suffering, as if your silence kept others from falling apart, as if your strength was only measured by how much you could endure without asking for help. But God is rewriting that belief right now. True love does not require silence. Strength is not found in denying your needs. And peace does not come from carrying other people's wrongs inside your soul. You were not created to be anyone's emotional dumping ground. You were not placed on this earth to absorb wounds while pretending you were fine. You were made to carry light, to shine in freedom, to walk with a clear spirit and an open heart. The person who hurt you tried to convince you otherwise, not always with words, but with actions that made you question yourself at every turn. They gaslight your spirit. They made you feel small. They left you with unanswered questions and the burden of wondering, was it me? It was not you. That is what God is making sure you understand through this revelation. It was never your fault. You were honest. You were kind. You showed up. And that counts for something far greater than you know. Heaven keeps record of the unseen acts of grace, and nothing you gave in love was wasted, even if the one who received it never deserved it. As this truth enters your life, your heart may feel tender. You may find yourself remembering things you tucked away, moments that make you close your eyes and take a deep breath. That's okay. Don't push it away. The discomfort is a sign that healing is reaching into the roots. This isn't surface-level change. This is a transformation that starts at the very core of who you are. You will start to feel it. Slowly. Quietly. The way morning light enters a dark room. You will begin to notice how you no longer feel the need to explain yourself. How you stop questioning whether your boundaries are too much. How you start believing that your presence is not a burden, but a blessing. That shift is the work of God. That peace is the result of truth taking root where confusion used to live. And the one who hurt you, the person whose name may still echo in your memory, is no longer holding power. Whether they meant to or not, they left a mark on your heart. But that mark is not a scar anymore. It is a doorway. Through it, God is pouring something holy. Wisdom, clarity, self-love, grace. You will walk differently now. Not heavier, but lighter. Not guarded, but guided. Do not fear the changes that are coming. Do not resist the people who start to fall away. When truth enters, false connections break. When peace arrives, anything built on manipulation crumbles. And that is a blessing in disguise. God is not trying to take something from you. He is trying to make room for what's next. Type 1919 if you believe healing is yours. You are not stepping backward. You are being elevated. Your spirit is becoming stronger in silence, wiser in stillness, and more powerful in surrender. The love you gave away without return is coming back to you, not always from the same people, but in new forms, in better hearts, in spaces where you don't have to shrink. Soon, you will wake up with a calm you forgot existed. You will breathe deeper. You will walk into rooms without anxiety. You will laugh without wondering if joy will be stolen. You will begin to recognize your own soul again, not the version molded by others, but the version shaped by God. This is not just healing. It's rebirth. The end of pretending. The start of truly living. You are walking away from what once weighed you down, not because you hate it, but because you love yourself enough now to release it. You are making peace with the truth. And because of that, heaven is opening doors, clearing paths, and filling your heart with a stillness that no storm can shake. I am walking with you. Every tear, every quiet breath, every small step forward, I am here. And the one who called you by name before the beginning of time, the God who sees all, holds all, and heals all, is smiling upon you now. This is not wishful thinking. This is real, divine, and permanent. God is not offering temporary comfort, He is giving you lasting transformation. He is removing the rod of false peace and replacing it with wholeness. What once confused you is now being rewritten with the gentlest clarity your soul has ever known. For too long, you were conditioned to tolerate what your spirit was crying to escape. You were taught, sometimes through pain, sometimes through silence, that your needs were too much, that your feelings were a disruption, that your voice had no place. But God never agreed with those lies. Heaven never echoed those words. And now, in this sacred moment of revelation, you are being brought back to the truth that has always lived inside your spirit. You are worthy, you are seen, and you are allowed to be whole. The one who hurt you may still live as if they did nothing wrong. They may go on smiling, speaking kind words to others, pretending their hands are clean. But their mask no longer matters. Their silence no longer has weight. Because the truth is no longer hidden, and your soul no longer needs their validation to feel free. God is not waiting for their apology to begin your healing. That healing is already underway. It began the moment you chose to receive this message. The moment you stopped fighting for someone to understand you and started listening to the way God understands you completely. You are not fragile anymore. Even in your softness, you are solid. Even in your tears, you are anchored. This is what healing looks like, messy and beautiful all at once. It's remembering things that once brought pain and realizing they no longer define you. It's walking through familiar memories and no longer shrinking at the sight of them. It's waking up with space in your chest where grief used to sit. God is doing what no person could. He is bringing comfort that no apology could offer. He is whispering words over you that human mouths could never form. And He is holding you so gently in this season because He knows how long you waited to feel this free. What if the fastest path to wealth was already inside your mind, waiting to be activated by a powerful sound wave? Scientists call it the money-attracting frequency, and once awakened, it begins drawing opportunities, success, and financial freedom like never before. Imagine the relief of no more bills and the joy of living your dreams. This is more than an offer, it is a divine turning point. Your destiny is waiting, but only if you choose to move now. Click the link in the video description and comments below to turn on this ancient brain wave today. Type Amen if you believe in God's endless mercy.